Hello everyone. This video is definitely a long time coming, but the end of March I bought a 1995 and a half Isuzu Rodeo. It's an S, but it's not the most basic you could find, and I'm sorry about the wind. But anyway, it's had its fair share of issues, and it's been kind of off and on for a while, and I finally got it to where it's running and you can drive it around. But I mean, it still needs some work done to it. These are kind of an SUV that were seen a lot back in the day, but you really don't find them much anymore. This one does have its fair share of miles on it. As you can see, it has over 240,000. And please do excuse all the tools and other junk I have in here. I just kind of wanted to put this video together. But I'd also, while I'm making this video, if you like, you know, the content of my older cars and things, there's another young YouTuber that I'd like to give a shout out to. His name is Damian. He does some pretty cool videos on restoring some cars. He has a 91 Mercedes-Benz E190 that he was working on, and currently he's working on a Volkswagen Beetle on his channel. So if you like this kind of content, I would highly suggest that you check out his YouTube channel called Damian Pauser. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing started. It's got a good stereo in it. Recirculating ball type power steering. This one is the 5-speed manual. And reverse. And it does have 4-wheel drive. For low and too high. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a exterior walk around. And it does have a place you can pop the rear glass right here. Surprisingly, for something this old, it does actually have good AC. Put the window down. I just like to do that, just make sure there's no funny business, make sure no key gets locked in or anything. Now this does have the 3.2 liter 24 valve single overhead cam V6. Now when I purchased this thing, it sounded way worse than this, and so I asked the previous owner what they'd been putting in for oil, and they told me full synthetic 5W30, and I said, oh no, that is not what you put in this thing. This thing likes 10W30, and especially with the higher mileage, you know, with the worn engine, you should really be putting in what it calls for, not a lighter oil. And that tapping sound you hear is a timing tensioner. That is not lifter. I mean, you can hear lifters a little bit, but nothing like it was. But that tapping you hear is timing tensioner. And the thing with that is the timing belt was in good shape. So I'm gonna you know, run it like it is for now, but I am eventually gonna do that job on it. Glass headlights, a full metal bumper. On this side of the car, you can for sure hear the tapping. I do like the seats in this thing. This has very durable seats, and they're in pretty good shape considering the age. This one, like I said, is a 95.5. And here I've got receipts of work that's been done to it. And I do even have the original owner's manual, which there again clarifies it that it's a 95.5 model. Basically, the only things that were really changed in 95.5 was it got this newer updated dash with a passenger airbag and also a driver's airbag. I mean, that was the really big change. And then there were some more mechanical changes in 96 for 96 and 97, of course, to make it OBD2 compliant. Here is this door panel, and the reason there's stuff missing on this door panel is actually this window doesn't work. It needs a new motor regulator. But on these, they're quite hard to find and they're quite expensive, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. It's got slightly oversized tires on it. It don't have a spare back here, so that looks kind of goofy just having a rim, but I can go ahead and show you a trick feature that I like about these. Does not have a hatch. You get a tailgate, and you can sit on this tailgate like so, and you can, when you're working on something, you can lay your tools all out right here so you don't have to reach in the vehicle all the time. Let's close this up. Very nice. And another neat thing I want to point out is the back speakers. They are up here. They look like aftermarket, but these are indeed the original speakers. And I'll tell you, they're easy to replace. This seat folds down, kind of something like what a Ford Escape does. Now I do need to still replace coil packs on it. And I do have the coil packs, I just haven't gotten around to that yet. But you can see pretty roomy. And you can see here's where the grab handle here, and then the switch is right here for this window. And this window does work as it should. So that's pretty neat. As you can see, here's your door panel and all your switches, but something obvious that's kind of missing, you can see in your door panel here, is there's no control for your mirror. It's not up here. This is where your tweeter is. The controls for your mirrors are clear over here by the e-brake, or the park brake. So that's kind of a little bit of an interesting design. Another feature that I love about this is these speaker covers. These just pull off. So you don't have to take this whole door panel apart just to replace a blown speaker, which is amazing. And something that breaks on a lot of these but is still working is all the lock actuators. You can see all the lock actuators still work as they should. Got simple climate controls. Nice cold air conditioning. Here's your cruise control on and off, which is interestingly located on the end of the wiper stalk. It's just kind of an interesting vehicle, and you hardly ever see these anymore, especially in a running condition. And I'm sure this probably wasn't the best video of one of these you'll see online, but I just like this car. I'm very happy with it so far, and I love the way it runs and drives.